If you are a SoFi shareholder, let alone an AMD shareholder, you're probably going to have a very bloody red Taco Tuesday. Happy Taco Tuesday to everyone out there. Hopefully y'all are doing great and motivated for today. In today's episode, we're going to be talking primarily all about SoFi and definitely around stuff affecting SoFi, which is primarily oil, Middle Eastern news, Middle Eastern conflicts. I did buy some more SoFi shares here today. I'm going to be talking about why. Firstly and foremost, welcome if you are new. I tend to put out videos Monday through Friday on this YouTube channel. If you enjoy my content, smash the like button. It does help me out, and subscribe for future videos. I'm a raging SoFi bull, let alone American bull. I love the U.S. stock market. I am very bullish on big tech, fintechs, I'm a semi bull. I also have a public YouTube profile that I made dedicated to this channel. Going to be going through my profile momentarily. And lastly, this YouTube channel is fairly new. I have a very much larger YouTube channel, NightmareRH, with 200,000 plus subscribers. I'm going to be advertising this YouTube channel probably this weekend. So if you are a daily active viewer of mine, understand that we might be getting quite a bit of stock-loving baboons and probably a bunch of stock-hating baboons over here. I am a stock-loving baboon, in case you haven't figured that out. And if you are new here, like I said, you're going to learn a lot in the next... I'm going to try and keep this video under 20 minutes. So definitely grab some morning coffee, some water. It is 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be a hot one for me today, so got to stay hydrated. Yesterday was my track running day. Oh, man, it was brutal. 90-plus degree weather. Okay, so, firstly and foremost, I'm doing a public account challenge on this YouTube channel for education purposes and motivation. Motivation to really show people that you got to be buying the fear to make life-changing money. I've been in the market now since Rona, March of 2020, and I've made life-changing money by sticking to basic principles. When no one is buying, you gotta be buying. In the last 6 months, I have bought over $70,000 worth of hard stock, cash money, hard stock. And I bought over, probably I want to say $40,000 publicly here on this YouTube channel. I'm a retail investor, retail trader. I have no affiliation to Wall Street whatsoever. I get screwed over just like any of you all. And if you've been following me, I was buying AMD several months ago when nobody wanted it. Nobody wanted AMD. And I was buying one AMD share here, 2 AMD shares here. One time I ended up buying 6 AMD shares. Pretty much a big buy for this profile here. And all in all, there were a lot of nasty people. Because when the market's going down to Chinatown, nobody really wants anything to do with stocks. And people assume that everyone doesn't want to do anything with stocks. But you see, that's the funny thing about it. When nobody wants to do anything with stocks, what do you think Wall Street is doing? What do you think Wall Street was doing the last couple of months? They were buying AMD. Wall Street, oh, there are a lot of sneaky players. But it's always retail investors, retail traders that just utterly get screwed. And it's very unfortunate. It really is. Wall Street will go ahead and sell out way early before a gigantic dip happens, and then they leave retail holding the bag. And then on the flip side, Wall Street is going to buy in when retail isn't even looking at the stock market. So I've been buying a tremendous amount of stock here on this channel, and I'm doing a 6-figure profile challenge in the course of 17 months, looking to take this sum of money to 6 figs. The account challenge started earlier this year, January 2nd. And I also have a bunch of fun rules as well as that I'm giving to myself. I can only deposit X amount of dollars every so often. I was depositing $500 per month, but then the market pretty much went into free fall, so I did a large deposit. The account challenge was 18 months. Now it's 17 months. I don't want to keep like depositing a lot into this account because in case this market really does nosedive at the end of this year, I want a lot left over for this account challenge. But then again, I can always just pretty much do a large deposit. Why don't I transfer all this money into this profile? One of you all asked. Because that would kind of be like cheating. If I just keep depositing more and more and more and more money into this account, eventually the account's going to get to 6 figures by literally just depositing money, right? But I've basically pretty much preloaded this account all the way to friggin' October now. All the way to October. So I deposited my $500 for June, July, August, September, and I just deposited another $250 today, so I'm doing in half increments to really give myself a lot of leeway because, like I said, you gotta look into the future. And one of the big problems that a lot of people have is they go all in, and I don't really like using that terminology. Okay, Liberation Day last year, I went all in the stock market. I ended up spending well over $100,000 worth of hard cash. Why did I go all in? Why did I deplete my checkings, my savings account? Is because the major indexes were down 30%. Oh, it was like a Rona crash. Okay, it was pretty bad. That is a different instance. What we've experienced in the last 6 months is literally a correction. We've experienced a lot of geopolitical bullshit. We've experienced record high oil prices in the last couple years. It is a slow bleed to the downside. You can't be going all in when you're slowly bleeding. You got to nibble on in. You nibble on in, you nibble on out. And I've been nibbling on into SoFi. So today, I ended up, I friggin' can't stand Webull. Webull is phenomenal. My main profile, my private account is a Robinhood account. But I honestly should have just made a second Robinhood account to do this challenge on. But I will say Webull has, I have bought some stock here on this profile at 5 o'clock in the morning. So it does have its perks that you can actually trade stock starting at 4 in the morning. I did deposit $250 today, like I said. All that money went right into SoFi. And by the way, I do have a Discord server. It's entirely free to join. But the thing about my Discord server is that it's orientated towards gaming right now. This weekend, it's going to be set up towards a stock community as well, too. So if you ever want to come on, bullshit, talk about stocks, stuff like that. If you are a stock-loving guru like me, investor, trader, or if you just love the market in general, then you're definitely welcome. But I'll definitely be advertising that probably starting next week. But yeah, I mean, Webull has its perks and its pros. One thing is that it doesn't friggin' update in real time. But I did buy 16 shares of SoFi, bringing my total share count of SoFi up tremendously on this account. Now, I was buying SoFi shares on this account all the way last year, Liberation Day, and I ended up holding on to those shares. This account was primarily like my trading account per se. Last year, this account had a lot of Palantir, Meta, Nvidia, which I ended up trading because I bought the Liberation Day low, and I ended up making 100% on Nvidia, 100% on Palantir. Meta, I ended up making quite a bit as well, too. Obviously, the Palantir you see on here, I've ended up buying in the last several months, but my average last year during Liberation Day, oh man, I had 2 accounts of Palantir loaded up like crazy. Nobody wanted Palantir during Liberation Day. I was buying Palantir in the 90s, the 80s, and the high 70s. That was the time to really be going all in. The last 7 months now in this market, it's all about building position. This year reminds me tremendously of 2024. SoFi. So, SoFi, I am a long-term investor. And SoFi, this is my private account, my Robinhood account. I have been buying SoFi since February of 2024. This account was, or I should say, this position size of SoFi at all-time highs was over 300%. I didn't sell. Why? Is because at 300% when SoFi was at all-time highs, well, it was overvalued. And on my private account, I have 1,642 shares of SoFi. Initially, I was only supposed to have 1,500 shares of SoFi, and the stock just continuously went down. And I just added more shares. That's how I got to 1,642 shares. I'm good on my private account with SoFi. I'm loaded up the wazoo. And by the way, I do get asked this fairly often. Do I own the same stocks on my public and private? The answer is yes. Just in very much larger increments, pretty much. Massive position for AMD now has broken out tremendously. On my private account, I bought AMD shares below $100 during Liberation Day. Oh man, yeah. So I'm making utter bank on AMD. Adobe, Robinhood, Palantir, Meta, PayPal, friggin' PayPal. But I do see good things. ServiceNow is actually taking off. It's unbelievable, right? Another software company. I ended up selling out of my Oracle position last week. I was up over 40%. And the reason why I sold out is because it was such a tiny position. But I ended up rolling that money into SoFi, Robinhood, and ServiceNow. And last week, I was down like 1 or 2% on ServiceNow. It's amazing, right? Actually, I don't think I was down. I was actually up 1 or 2%. ServiceNow was very oversold in the last couple of weeks. So, man, should have honestly bought more ServiceNow. But SoFi, when is SoFi going to run, and what is it going to take? So let's go ahead and make the screen look nice and neat now. Get off here, and let's go to the chart. So like I said, oil. Why is oil pretty much going up and down like crazy? I'm on the 5-minute time frame. Every single one of these candles is 5 minutes. Yesterday, what basically pretty much happened? Well, yesterday, oil began to spike because Donald Trump gave a very last long threat to basically Iran, saying, hey, we're going to start striking you. Literally after he said that, it was, I believe Saudi Arabia, don't quote me on this. It was Pakistan or Saudi Arabia basically pretty much contacted the White House and said, hey, Iran's going to resubmit an offer. Can you please hold off on, military strikes? Not a bad thing. It's a good thing. Why are we basically pretty much trending up on oil? Because of fears. It's utter fears that, hey, Iran submitted their peace proposal not once, not twice, but a handful of times now, and they've been rejected. So what is the difference now that they're going to submit something? Like, if they have submitted a handful of times and it's been rejected, what are the chances that they're going to submit something that's going to be accepted? The market is always going to look at the worst possible case scenario. The worst possible case scenario is that the peace proposal is going to be rejected and we're going to do a lot more military strikes. And whatever the current leadership is in Iran, maybe we're going to take them out. And then that's going to leave the nation very much maybe in like shambles, or, anything can happen. So the market is really looking at a doomsday scenario in that perspective. It's pretty humorous because software stocks are doing actually very nice. We got Microsoft green. We got Salesforce CRM very green. ServiceNow green. Adobe is green. Software is doing good. Hardware like AMD is getting kicked in the teeth. Nvidia is getting a pullback. We have Nvidia's earnings dropping tomorrow, and there's always a little fears. Yesterday's video was dedicated to Nvidia. Definitely check that out. But Nvidia's earnings is tomorrow, and then Thursday we have Walmart's earnings, which is going to be huge. Nvidia and Walmart, it's really good they're doing earnings back to back, because we're going to be getting hardware forward guidance, and then we're also going to be getting consumer forward guidance as well. We're going to be seeing how the hardware sector is pretty much handling all this capital expenditure spending. And then on the flip side, the economy side, we're going to see how this high level of inflation is actually impacting consumers, aka people that go out and spend money. But I mean, otherwise right now, hey, I'm not a financial advisor. This is what I'm personally doing. Why did I buy SoFi today? Because I told you all that if SoFi were to get close to the low $15, I'm going to go ahead and pull the trigger and buy some shares. SoFi hit like very low. I ended up picking up shares at $15.33. Obviously, SoFi right now is below $15.33, right? Does it really matter? No, not really. I mean, I buying SoFi at $15.13, $15.33, it's a friggin' discount. But I mean, SoFi is very much, it's feeling. I'm on the 1 minute time frame right now, and as soon as the market opened, we have just been dipping. Let's go 5 minutes on SoFi, 5 minutes on SoFi, utter, just a free fall. Honestly, SoFi today may even be down like 5%. We may even break $15 today. Go down to 15 minutes. It's not looking any better. Let's look at the 1 hour. Yeah, the 1 hour, it's not looking any better. Let's go to the 1 day chart here. The 1 day chart, we're below all the moving averages. Actually, hold on one second. I gotta adjust my screen here. If you would like me, actually, I'm probably going to be making some videos, some free education videos, how to set up a trading view chart. It's very simple, very easy. I honestly didn't really know what I was doing when I started using TradingView, so I would love to make some education videos. And I'm probably going to do it on a day when the market's kind of really doing nothing. If I did not buy any SoFi shares today, probably would have posted like an educational video, but pretty basic. You got the 50-day moving average, which is this blue line. You got the 100-day moving average, which is the red line, and then you also have the 200-day, which is the white line. SoFi is in a bearish downtrend. Bearish. You got the MACD trending down. You got the MACD itself below the red line, which is bearish. We're just trending and bleeding down. The MACD is moving average conversion diversion. Then you have the RSI, Relative Strength Index, at 38. If we are below 30, it is oversold, okay? If it's below 30, that means probably SoFi is maybe in the mid $14 range. Mid $14 on SoFi. Let that sink in. It's just blows my mind. But hey, we're in a time of geopolitical bullshit and also monetary worries. That's it. Monetary worries. SoFi is going to follow monetary worries. AMD is going to follow the capex spending by companies. That's how it is. If you're invested in SoFi and you're pissed off, hey, this is the nature of the beast, okay? I'm not over here being pissed off. I'm over here increasing my share count with a smile on my face because I see the future. And the future, this oil and inflation surge, it's not going to last forever. So when this stuff dies down, oh man, the SoFi rally, it's going to be fast. It's going to be quick. It's going to leave a lot of people very much pissed off. And the people it's going to leave pissed off are the people that are selling out and screaming and cursing the stock. It truly is. The last thing on this closing note for this glorious Taco Tuesday. Remember why you got invested into stocks. If you are trading stocks, remember why you got into a trade. If a stock is not doing what you expected it to do, you got to stick to your guns. But if you're a long-term investor in SoFi like me, you got to understand that this stock revolves around monetary policy. And we are experiencing such anxiety, such fears, worries around monetary policy when it is caused by geopolitical nonsense. It's not like oil for randomness just surged to record levels. Okay? It's caused by an issue. When that issue goes away, which it more than likely will, when is that going to happen? I don't know. I'm not God. Do I think President Trump knows? President Trump probably has more information than obviously me. Not more information than God, of course. But still, nobody really knows. But as soon as the tensions in the Middle East is gone, big oil plunge to the downside. You're going to have a lot of pressure off SoFi. And hey, these levels of SoFi, we may not be seeing again. That might be a very bold statement for me to say, but when all this tension goes away, you know, there's a lot of people that thought Palantir was going to crash to $20 from $60. Yeah, really? Yeah, okay. So, Palantir at $60. At $60. Palantir at $60. It was right here. A lot of people thought that Palantir, because they broke $60, was going to go all the way down to the high 30s and $20, right? What did Palantir end up doing from 60? Obviously different company, but still. The point being is that if you are long a stock, know your opportunities and understand why opportunities come your way. An opportunity is coming my way with SoFi because of politicians. It's totally crazy, right? Oh yeah, thank you, politicians. I love you all so much. Hopefully this video brought you motivation. Water cheers. Let me know down below if it did. New video tomorrow. Nvidia's earnings are gonna, in my opinion, be a blowout of good stuff. I truly believe. I talked about that yesterday, so yeah, let's see what happens. Okay, later everyone.